Good afternoon, everybody. This is Purna Chandra, working as an assistant professor from the CSC Data Science. So today we are going to discuss the yesterday class. I was discussed SDLC, Software Development Lifecycle. Today, from that there are two models are there. Here we are going to discuss waterfall model versus spiral model. The waterfall model, there are several steps are there. This is water flow, how water will be flow from top to bottom, bottom to top. I say. So this is stepwise data will be flows. There are several steps involved. Feasibility study. Second one, requirement analysis and specifications, and design and coding and testing, last integration and system testing, finally maintenance. So these are the several stages are there in the waterfall model. So in this model, what happened? There are 6 stages are there. So each stage must complete. The first stage is completed, then only go for the next stage. Next stage is completed, then only go for the next stage. Until unless you go for the ending of the step. So these are the 6 steps are there. This is very basic models. Means like it's like a desktop applications. You are going to designing. And like school and college, like simple kind of applications which is fixed and low budget. For that we should be use these type of models. The first one, the feasibility study. The feasibility study is nothing but which is a problem statement. In the problem statement, we have to take from the client. Here also client is given, and who are given the project, those guys are considered as a clients here. The next one is requirement analysis and specifications. For the problem statement, what are the requirements, what is the data is required, collectively we taken it, any problems, any data losses, everything is we have to modify it, and what are the specifications are requirements, what are the types of softwares are required, what is the limitations of that, what is the budget, everything we are going to take as a consideration. So that is called as and how many resources are required. Okay, and so these are the things we should be in the requirement analysis as well as specifications. The next one go for designing. In this designing, how the data is flow from starting stage to ending of the stage. One stage, the other stage. So we have a 9 diagrams. Again, I am going to discuss. There are 9 diagrams. You can use it. So detail designing, you can give it. And go for the, after that, based on the designing, you go for coding it, how data is integrated and everything, one-to-one, meaning what are the relations, everything is given in detail explanation in the coding, in the designing phase. Based on that coding designing phase, you go for designing it, then testing. So here we are discuss in this phase coding as well as testing. After developing of the phase one application, so if static application done, then you test immediately. You have to test the entire each and every component. Okay. After that, integrate and system testing. Second phase. So what happened here? What are the different types of application we are integrating it? How data is communicating or not? So all components are integrated or not. Data is flowing from one state to one component, and everything you have to test it. Similarly, one platform to another platform data is stored or not. So you are developing a Windows operating system, then you are storing the data in some database. So the data is transferred from this stage to another stage or not. Everything you have to test it. So these are the two testing. The last one is it should be maintenance. It should be maintenance. Next, maintenance means any problem happen, you should be resolve the simple problems, not entire. Okay. So here the waterfall model is a linear and sequence approach to software development, and it divide into distance phases. Each phase must complete before moving to the next phase. That is already explained it. So before you are moving into the next phase, you should be complete the first phase. You should be complete the first phase. That is the mandatory thing in this waterfall model. So these are the requirement, designing, implementation, testing and deployment. So requirement testing means gather the document. Requirement means gather and document of all the project requirements. The design means create a detailed system. So software designing based on the requirements. Next one, implementation. In this implementation, develop actual software and based on the design. Next one, testing it. Like unit testing, integrating testing, everything you have to do it. After that, deploy the software into target environment. So that is the deployment. So these are the phases are required in the waterfall model. Last one, maintenance. Provide the ongoing maintenance and support. Provide the ongoing maintenance and support also must. Support must be very important in this phase. So whatever document, whatever the projects you are going developed, so supportability is mandatory. Okay, so that is the thing. So basically this waterfall model, which is used for small kind of application and low budget simple project, we are going to make it. So coming to the spiral model. So in the spiral model, what happened? Risk driven approach, which is risk driven approach to the software development. Is risk driven approach to the software development. It is mainly a focus on mitigating risk. So here we are going to discussing about risk. What type of risks happen while using of this application, whatever may be. Risk madam, you have to verify the security. What type of thefts happen? What type of hackers will be hacked our system? So these are the constraints you must be take as a consideration. Then you go for the next step. And you should be take as precautions. Like this, what are the risks happen? You have to identify it and resolve. So what type of resolving techniques are there? So you should be keep on going to implement in this phase, in the spiral model. The spiral model means all are remotely they are developed, or remotely developed, or interlinkly connected by internet. So that is spiral model we are going to do. So which is very much complex, and the problem, if we have a facing of problem, it little bit typical to resolve it, because all are interconnected. That's why. And this is the phase. There are 4 steps are there. So which is spirally are connected. There are spirally they are connected. So here the planning, first phase planning. So problem statement, requirement analysis, and everything will be go into the planning. What are the resources are required? What is the budget? And everything we are going to discuss in this planning. Risk analysis, what type of risks will happen while developing of this particular project. So we have to identify those type of risks and how we are going to resolve these type of risks. So everything you should be making the analyzing part. Next, go for the engineering. In engineering phase, so here what happened, we are going to designing it, designers, coders, means developer team and designing team and testing team, everything will be do in this engineering part. So designing phase, he is designing something, how data is flowing one stage, the ending of the stage. Coding phase, based on the coding, he is going to what you can call based on the designing is develop the code. And as well as testing engineer. Testing engineer, what happens? Testing engineer, you have to test each and every component. Unit testing, integrating testing, and you can call as a black box testing and white box testing will be done. The last one, evaluation part. So evaluation part means you are ready to execute in the live. So that is the after completion of testing and coding everything. So you are going to ready to put in the live state. And again in this evaluation stage also we have to maintain it. Maintenance and supportability also required. So this is called as a spiral model. This is called as a spiral model. Correct? So let's simple points I'm going to discuss here. So these are the just read it here. The planning is nothing but define the project goals, objectives and constraints. These are the main. What are the goals are required? What is the objectives are there? Any constraints are there? You should be take as a challenge first. The next one, risk analysis, identifies and access the project risks. So I already explained what are the risks are there, what are the risks are, how to you are going to identify, how to risk will you have to remove it. So you have to identify and you have to problem solving. You can call it as a what type of problems happen while you are in the live. So you have to identify priorly. You should be you are making of any project, right? The next one, engineering. In this engineering phase, I already explained developers, testing, integrate software in the in iteration process. So everything will be iteration process, right? So or individual. So next one, evaluation part, review the results of each iterations and planning is the next step. So this is called a spiral model. So these are the advantages of the spiral model. In the spiral model, these are the advantages. First one, flexible to exchange and enhancement, flexible to accommodate changes and enhancement, and emphasizing the risk management, and similarly identify the issues. So that is advantage. And customer involved each iteration. Customer is a major part of our product. Okay, he is a stakeholder of our product. Okay, so customer involvement in each iteration, that is an advantage. Disadvantage is I will explain. So there are all are in the remotely working on this. So some kind of problem happen, we are going to recheck each and every point, because we are not checking each and every point. What happened, the data will be lost. So this you are not, without losing of the data, you are going to implement the successful manner. So that's it is more complex. So that is complex to manage many requirement, more resources. Not suitable for a small with well defined requirements. It is not for the small. It is a complex things you should be use it here. And continuous monitoring and risk assessment can be time consuming. So continually you should be monitoring it, and again any kind of risks, any hackers or hack your system, anything else. So you should be so network security engineers must be there to protect your website, whatever your data and everything. So that is called continue to monitor risk. So this is these are the disadvantages, because too much money to have to spare in this. Okay, is it clear everybody? Now go for the comparison of this spiral model and waterfall model. So we are going to discuss some features here, and here some waterfall model and spiral model here. So now coming to the first feature is a definition phase. In the definition phase, in the definition phase, what happened? The software developer process model follows a linear sequence flow. Here what happened? The data will be flow in a sequence manner. So what happened? What first phase is completed, then go for the next phase. Next phase completed, go for the next phase. So sequentially it should be executed each and every step. So that is the definition of the this waterfall model. In the spiral model, which is used for SDLC, and its combination of the prototype model and waterfall model. So we are using different types of protocols like HTTP protocol, SMTP protocol, HTTP, UDP, whatever different types of protocols we are using it, and waterfall model. So waterfall model also we have used to develop the spiral model. Okay, that's the definition. And easy to learn. So this is I already explained, it is simple and easy, and again it is more complex. And go for the working, it is sequentially methods, it is evaluationary methods. So it is dynamically, it will evaluated, and here the sequentially must be approached. Next, utility by, so we are utilizing this utility by users, here utilized by the developers. And risk management, the next feature is risk management. After the phase are finished, the risks are located, fixed. Here what happened? Located, fixed. Again, errors, risks, all will be fixed. And the risk management, before phase are finished, errors and risk found and fixed. So what happened here? What are the risks we are using in the spiral model? Already I told. In the spiral model, what happened? What are the risks happen? So we should be identifies, and we have to solve the problems also, resolve the problems. So that is the main important of this spiral model. It is suitable for small projects and clear goal. It is a small project and clear goal. And go for the spiral model, it is a large, more complicated projects. It is more complicated projects because we are going to upgrading it. So everything is done. That's why it is more complex. The next feature we are going to discussing here, risk. Risk already I already explained. Here the low risk because of the spiral model, low risk because of already we are going to identify while making of a product. So we are identify what are the different types of risk happen. So you have to identify and you have to protect it, and everything is smoothly we are working it. So here we are not high risk because we are not identifying what type of risks happen. So we are not identify it, and directly we are developing the product, and we are going to deliver the product. Next one, cost. So obviously there is no risk means it is less costly than a spiral model, because here here high risk. So it is which is low cost, small applications kabatti it is which is very low expensive. Similarly in the waterfall, in the spiral model, what happened? It is very expensive because we are monitoring of all the things. Data is flowing conveniently or not, any thefts are there, any risks are there, means any types of risks happen, so it should be expensive. Everything will be expensive. Security means it is more expensive, and data storage is more expensive. In the cloud you are going to store the data, monitoring in data, security in data. So everything is under this spiral model. So it is more complex and more expensive also, because we are maintaining the different servers, different clouds. So we are using it. Okay, so that's a more expensive. And we require more internet here. So and go for the maintenance, it is needs less maintenance because small applications. So small kind of users are there. That's why maintenance also very not that much expensive, right? So here the high maintenance is required because all are remotely accessed. So like bank systems, the data is so many users are using in the internet. So we are transfer the data and withdraw the data. So these are the some constraints, and transfer data, depositing data, and withdraw the money. So everything we are going to verify it. So high maintenance is required. So and some security issues are there. So all will be resolved in this high maintenance. Next, go for the testing phase. In this testing phase, testing is performed, and after coding phase is SDLC. In this testing, SDLC, and testing is performed after engineering phase, SDLC. Next one, framework. So it is here use linear framework. Here use linear frameworks. It is iterative and linear framework. There are combination iterative and linear framework here used. And customer involvement. So here the customer involvement is there. The customer involvement less in this model. So here the customers involvement is high. So many customers are there. So here customers mean different account holder, different users, all will be access the bank systems, okay, for withdraw, the depositing, transferring. So these are the different types of works are there. So for that, here the customers are more, but here it is simply school kind of applications we are implemented. So surrounding of the people's only we can use this customer. So that's why we are very less customers are there in this. Here more customers are there. Then last two features are here: customer control and flexibility. Customer control. The customer control or administrative is limited. Here the administrations are limited. Here what happened? Administration high than the waterfall model. What happened? Administration is high because every database administrator, network administrator, and some other administrator, testing administrator. So these are the different types of administrator. So is controlling over all administrator is compared to higher than this waterfall model. Okay, next go for flexibility. So here it is not flexible, it is flexible. So not flexible means it is statically you are developed, in hold project you are going to develop in this waterfall model, and go for the spiral model. It is flexible wherever you are, you can easy to access, and you can use it to transfer, you can use it to withdraw, and everything is done in this spiral model. That's why it is more flexible. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.